Hello and welcome. Hopefully, everybody can hear me. Hello and welcome. Hopefully, everybody can hear me to the greatest show on earth, Life's Reality. Let's get the good business out of the way. Let's see. It is Tuesday, December the 6th, 5:30 p.m. Central Time, USA. It is approximately 54 degrees with rain and, of course, cloudy weather because it's raining. You know, you really can't have rain too much without clouds. So my little weather station says cloudy with rain. So we're good there. And how is everybody doing in the chat tonight? Bill, Scott, Southwest, good to see you guys. Jeanette from earlier, good to see all of y'all. I've dropped the link if anybody would like to come up and visit. Tonight's question is kind of a, one for all of us. So, but instead of saying, what are you going to do? I'm offering to take suggestions from you folks about something nice that I can do for the holidays for someone or something. That's kind of our starting point. As usual, as you guys know, on Tuesday nights, we kind of get started and we get going along, and then we usually run off into the ditch. Sometimes we can bring it back up out of the ditch, but a lot of the times it goes into the ditch. So in thinking of what you would find in your local ditch, here is the man himself.
Whoa.
How you like that? You like that one?
Boy.
That was a kind of a good, you like that,
Yeah. I don't know if I should feel offended or,
honored or what?
nowadays we get triggered by a lot of stuff. So,
Well,
uh,
it's a compliment from my perspective because I used to play in the ditch as a kid
there you go.
and just absolutely loved playing in the ditches.
Sure, when it rained and stuff.
Yeah, it would fill up really deep and you could swim.
There you go. That was a good time.
So sometimes being in the gutter is not necessarily a bad thing.
It depends on what put you there, huh?
Yeah, or what you're doing there,
Well,
I mean, but how's things over in the great land of the tropics in Hawaii?
oh, it's it's a beautiful place here. It's hard to, Philippines is hot. Philippines looks like this, but it's about 100 degrees Fahrenheit hotter. No, it's nice being here, and I don't know if you guys know this, but H2H is actually in the Philippines right now with his wife. So,
Oh, nice. Nice.
Just kind of house sitting.
Yeah.
So kind of worked out.
Nothing wrong with that,
There you go.
There used to be a website where you could do that. I can't remember what it was called, where you could go on and say, "Look, I'm going on vacation at this time. Would you like to swap houses?"
Sure.
There, about 5 or 6 years ago, there was. That's a great concept.
Yeah. Except for he didn't go to my house this time.
But close enough. He went to the Philippines.
Last time, yeah. This time he's staying up near where his wife is from. So
Yeah,
not exactly, but in that area.
That's kind of what you got to do to make the wife happy,
Mm-hmm.
or to keep them happy. One of the two. So,
well, he's in that process that all of us that found our loved one in another country go through. If you do it the legal way, the right way, and without knowing what that end date is, originally, it was looking like it was going to be about this time when she was going to be able to, everything should have been processed and her arrive here.
Hmm.
But unfortunately, uh, I don't want to talk politics or nothing, but there's things going on in the U.S. that are, not right. And so all of us legal people that try to do it right are getting the shaft.
We do.
We're all these people that do it illegally and do it the wrong way. They're treated like they're on pedestals. So
Yeah, it's a crazy situation because you and I are in the same boat, along with as many of us on here. We spent the time,
right,
we spent the money,
right,
we did the paperwork, we waited and waited and waited
right,
and waited for things to get processed, and then we jumped through more hoops.
right.
We answered every question they ever asked. They look up your butthole and go, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Everything unimaginable.
yeah,
Um, and it's hard and sad. I don't, to be honest, and this really isn't about politics, but if you look at this deeper, I don't know why it's so hard to get into the United States. I mean, I don't know why it's so hard
right,
for a lot of people from a lot of countries
right,
to get simple tourist visas
right.
to come here. I don't under,
Well, I can understand the overstay deal. You let them in and they have nothing to return to. Why would they want to go back? I understand that. So, looking into, do they have a job to go back to? Do they have a house? Do they have
life.
responsibility there? If the answer is no, hey, you shouldn't, you probably shouldn't bring that person there. But it's as far as the person that does have things, and for example, my sister-in-law, my in-laws were coming to visit us in the U.S. and she was going to tag along as well.
Yeah.
She has employment, employment record. She switches jobs. She's a specialty nurse that does
Okay.
a certain thing, but she switches jobs. But she has employment history. She has property in her name. She has things to go back to, but she was she was not married at the time. Well, she's still not married, but she wasn't married, so that shut her down from coming because they figured she was going to come over and hook up with somebody and stay, right?
But that's my point. My and I know maybe the government can't figure these things out, so they just put a huge blanket on things.
Right,
But somebody like that who actually has marketable skills,
right,
a work history,
right,
who cares if they came over and found love and got married?
right. Exactly.
They would be a benefit to society,
Right,
but they can't even get in the country.
right,
It's just
right.
I think of course maybe the world isn't up to speed, and I know this is Big Brother crap, but I think if you could verify people's backgrounds to find out
Right,
whether they're child molesters, drug dealers, versus people that truly just want to either come and visit and or immigrate, make it easier. I don't have a giant problem with
right. Well, it's
immigration rules.
if we talk about time spent of them actually investigating somebody and actually going through their paperwork and stuff, you're looking at the average person that doesn't have a background, that
Mhm.
all that stuff. You're talking about maybe 20 minutes going through their paperwork,
Right.
but yet your paperwork will go sit in a pile or in a
Right.
queue, and it will just be there. It's not getting touched. It's not getting looked at. It's not. They're not asking you for process the next paper or anything like that. It's just you're in limbo. The person hasn't picked your file up yet. That's all it is.
Well, and the more interesting thing is that, I got a friend who's going through this. Oh, by the way, Bill, we're playing cards again Saturday night if you want to come over and play cards with us. But I got a friend who just got their notification that they have been approved for their interview for his fiance to come over,
Right.
on a K1. So they've been doing the K1 stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they sent a notification, okay, you're approved for your interview,
Yeah.
but there's no date set, and it's been about 6 weeks since he got the notification. How come you can't go, okay, your interview has been approved. It is date.
Right.
Why can't, if you can tell somebody, like,
Right. Yeah, the process is just not friendly at all to people doing it right. So, I see why a lot of people hire somebody else to do it for them.
Yeah.
And just
But these companies are good at it.
right. Not that you're not able to do it, but having to sit there and look at it and deal with it and wonder about it. So
No, and part of the problem here's what I think happens, kind of on the same thing, is part of the problem that happens, and I, you and I have been around the block a long time, and we know a lot of us,
right.
and there's been a lot of people that have hired attorneys,
Right.
to help them with their paperwork,
Right.
and the attorneys are horrible.
Yeah.
They're only out for the money.
Yeah.
But then, so you have attorneys who are out there hunting. My dog's driving me crazy. Hold on.
No problem.
She wants to say hi.
Yeah.
Hey, hi. But the attorneys. But then you have the other side of that is, and we used Rapid Visa for a few things, and had great luck with them. I'd highly recommend an agency like that.
Right.
Because it's an agency-based business, it's not an attorney,
Right.
Doing this immigration crap.
Right.
So I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's extremely frustrating. Ain't that right, Daisy? So, but I feel bad for him because he's like, oh, great news, we just got our note. Oh yeah, but now it's 6 weeks later and they still haven't heard squat.
Oh, that's frustrating. Frustrating.
Scott says that he agrees with you and I. So Scott is probably one of the smartest people on the planet.
Right. Already. Off
So,
the bat.
the really bad thing, I really believe on my side of it, on the American side,
Mm-hmm.
like the K1s and the spousal visas,
Right.
is, Daisy, you going to take over the desk? Is that what the deal is? And I noticed this years ago when I brought Lorelei here,
Mm-hmm.
was from reaching out to other people on the YouTube land, Daisy, stop, and talking to people and getting to know people, that if what? I wish you could see this dog.
She want all the attention, huh?
If on my side of it, can I help you?
All right.
Is if you have your crap together and if you have a good income here in the United States, it seems like your K1 process visa goes through a lot faster.
Really?
So it's truly about the money. I think the government looks at this as a moneymaker. Say hi to everybody. So, and what I mean by that is, if I can show that I can easily support my wife,
Right.
and they're all good with it, okay, that's great. But if it looks borderline, they're going to be more questionable.
Right. Well, it's the income line or whatever that you got to hit. It's not, you know, even if you're close, you know, you stick somebody else on there, and
Get a
you know,
co-sponsor.
it's co-sponsor or whatever. I mean, it's but even that, I mean, it's weird the way they do it, and you know,
Thank you, Scott. Yes, my dog is cute. She's awful needy at the moment for some reason. Well, it's a sad thing that I don't know. I get the okay. Are you done? Oh my goodness, Daisy. All right, let's get down. Say bye. Everybody say bye. Go lay down. Those dogs have traveled more than most people
right?
all over the world.
Yeah.
But it's hard. Oh, here's Yank.
Here I am.
Hey,
Hey,
hey, hey.
Yeah, we did a lot of our own paperwork. Well, I take that back. Lorelai, my wife, did the majority of our paperwork.
Yeah.
work for what?
For the K1 visa years ago.
Oh, I wasn't so lucky.
My wife is super sharp when it comes to paperwork.
Not
Man,
mine.
she is good at it. But it's hard, and I feel bad that I
You
have
know,
something that I would love, and I've offered any assistance I can for them to come to the United States for a vacation and visit.
Right.
If you need a letter stating to the government that I will cover your medical, I will feed you and shelter you for the 3 weeks that you're going to be in America,
Right.
I'm happy to do it.
what a
Right.
deal.
It's still difficult for
Right.
those people to get a visa just to come here and hang out.
My
Yeah,
my
but
got a
you,
10-year one.
you got to be down in Mexico. You come right across, no problem.
Yeah.
They'll put you a ladder right over the fence, and
Yeah. They'll even open the gate. They'll open the gate for you.
right. Give you some spending money.
Mhm.
Wow. So, Scott, man, that's really gone up for you guys. Here in the United States, the cost has remained about the same, to be honest. The government cost, I think maybe has gone up $100. But
Wow.
what I tell a lot of young guys who want to do this
For what?
is, or people, young men, old, whatever,
Right.
is I don't want to say you need deep pockets, but you need funds available because you have to travel to the Philippines or Thailand or Malaysia or
Wherever they're coming from.
so that costs money. So I would guesstimate that my process and by my choice, oh, you're in trouble, Bill. We probably spent $18,000.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
I want to say hello to hello. I see Juna. Hello. I probably pronounced your name horribly. You guys make sure you say hello to everybody in the chat also. Are you spying? What are you doing there, young lady?
Am I what?
Are you
A
spying
stalker?
on me?
Spying.
No, I'm a stalker. That's,
To me, wherever I go, you follow her.
Well,
too nosy.
my
I was
wife
waiting.
is popping in shortly to check on me to make sure that Mr. Tank isn't causing me any troubles.
Right.
Yeah, that's the other way around.
Yeah. Hey, good to see you. E.T.
T, welcome in.
So how are things, everybody? Now, I got a suggestion down here or a question about acts of kindness for the holidays.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to throw a suggestion of something that you could do that's an act of kindness for the holiday.
Not swear at anybody.
That's good. Don't be cussing nobody out during the holidays.
Devote myself to one woman.
Thank you, Scott. We appreciate you as always.
Yeah.
He says, "Hello to the Raleighs."
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have a suggestion yet. That's why I'm asking questions or asking you questions. So Mr. Yates not going to swear as much, I guess.
Yeah, that's about it. You know,
How about
I'm,
Mr.
I'm
Bill?
not. I'm not the one with the R-rated thumbnails here in the videos lately.
Rated.
Are you talking about Bill?
You man, you like that three-way thing the other day.
Well, yeah. See, it's only your mind that's dirty.
Oh no. It specifically said three-way.
Yeah, a light switch.
They didn't say nothing about a switch.
Well, but it did. But you're the one who's implying that.
If I were the only one in the world, then I'd be guilty, but I'm not.
I don't know. I think
Because everybody watching and everybody here knows what that means.
They were tricked, huh?
Yeah.
They showed up thinking it was going to be something else.
Well, just a simple, basic question: do you like a three-way? I mean,
David the pervert in sheep's clothing.
yeah. I was asking about light switches. I don't know about you people.
About what?
Light switches.
Are we talking about the video game? Switch?
Yeah. Yep. Video games. Yep.
The video.
No.
Switch?
Is
Are
there,
you getting lost?
Nintendo.
Are you getting lost? Like, what are they talking about?
no. I did a video of like a lamp, kind of like this. And you can touch it, and then it changes. It's called a three-way.
Well, it's a sweet three-way switch. That doesn't have a switch though.
Well, you're the pervert, not me. I'm the good
Uh-huh.
one.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I'm the one that needs counseling.
Well, we are. Well,
Well, my heart.
come on up and join the party.
My goodness, I've been eating like two eggs lately, and I went and got some of them organic ones, and I had 3 of them, and man, my blood pressure went low, and I'm on a beta blocker right now, so it wasn't too good.
Scott says he's going to do live streams, I guess, on Facebook Mondays and Tuesdays around 12 a.m. Australia time,
Ooh.
9 p.m. Philippine time.
What time here?
Well, I know he doesn't care about us. He put the Philippines, he put Australia, but he didn't put us. He really doesn't care about us.
It'd be around 9 a.m. Right?
I might be out of bed. Yeah. Ask David, ET. He'll tell you.
Three-way switches are easier than you think. Just jump. Well, depending on what country you're in.
Yeah, listen to him.
You know.
And how much money you got?
Yeah.
Around here in the United States, it costs about $30 per switch to have a new switch, a switch put in.
Right.
$90. You pay it all.
No, for one three-way.
Oh.
So.
Well, you get 3 three-ways then.
What are we talking about here? Lamp or video games? Still,
She's still lost.
what's $30 per hour switch? What's that mean?
Mr. Yank's favorite hooker in the Philippines is $30 an hour.
Per hour switch.
Wow, per hour, $30.
Is that a lot?
She's getting paid. That's a
Yeah.
that's an all-nighter right there. $30.
We're talking about electrical switches, not the video game.
Mm,
I did buy my wife that for Christmas though.
You did.
Yeah, the Switch Glow or something.
Yeah.
ooh.
Glow, I don't know. So that's one of her many thousands of dollars of the Christmas presents.
Wow.
So
That's something to do, huh?
she said that she wants to exercise. I said, okay, but I'm not buying another treadmill because we never used it. I'm not buying another stationary bike because we never used it.
Uh,
So we bought the Switch game, and I bought her the Zumba and the dance thingy, so that her and her friends can come over and
Zumba.
Zumba on the Switch.
yeah.
And
Speaking of
her, I
Zumba, did you go to Zumba today, Mars?
Oh yeah. I went to the park to go Zumba with those old beautiful ladies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
beautiful ladies.
Anybody pass out?
Just Merce.
Yeah.
The old ladies are all in shape.
Yeah.
They're not fat, but yeah.
So they can't be Americans then if they're not
Yeah.
fat.
Yeah. There's no way then.
Yeah.
No.
No Americans in
Funny,
that.
we were in
Just
the
Merce.
Philippines at the Park Mall. We every night there was a big outdoor area and a screen where everybody was out there Zumbaing.
Yeah.
You know, there's about 50 people out there.
That's how it is there, but they do it at like
In
5:30 in the morning.
yeah, 5:30 to 6:30.
Okay.
I went to this other place, and the Zumba instructor is beautiful, like sexy in shape, you know,
Where's that at?
she have dance move, huh?
Where's that at? In what
In like sports place,
Tell
sports
us more.
center.
Tell us more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mr.
she's
Yank
very
wants to
beautiful.
know.
The
Maybe
video.
tomorrow I'll make a video. Yeah,
Yeah. Mr.
she's
Yank
really
is going,
beautiful. I
yeah.
said I think I'm going to switch. I want to go to this place now because like you're inspired. She's beautiful. Like, oh, I want to be like that.
Yeah, that's how we get them in the door.
Well, let's make sure we all know that Scott is going to do Wednesday night. Hey, Lorelai, are you home?
Hey.
How to get on that treadmill?
You better watch it, Mr. Yank.
Who's talking?
Hello, kabayan.
Hi, Mercy. How are you?
Good, good. I'm just talking to this guy over there.
Yeah, your husband is on her side.
See, Bill's in Hawaii. She's in the Philippines. So what is she?
Yeah.
What is the Filipina doing? She's spying on her husband. Just
Oh yeah.
Where he
Like an FBI.
What is
And
it?
I know
Covert.
so she
Why he's in Hawaii?
because he's hanging out there.
Whoa, that's not good, Mercy. You never go there.
it's okay. I have my space too. I go Zumba.
Ooh,
Yeah.
shopping.
She got a vacation from me. I got a
Yes,
vacation.
yes.
She got a vacation.
We
from
need some break,
Yeah, we've been locked up for 2 years, so
for
it's
2
good.
years together.
So where
One,
you planning to go, Mercy?
I'm sorry?
Where's your next vacation? Because he's in the Hawaii, right?
Yeah, she's in the Philippines.
Yeah,
I'm asking
I'm in the Philippines.
where she's going because she said they're gonna flip a vacation.
Cebu.
Well, I got to get
No,
home.
that's not gonna happen.
I
Not
gotta
the flip.
The kids are still in school, so
Yeah.
somebody's gonna be there with the kids. So
But you're missing the point. You're missing the point.
Uh-oh.
Point is, Bill's in Hawaii. She's in the Philippines.
I hear that she's stalking on her
And
husband.
she's stalking her husband like somebody else does.
she be
That's what we do.
And
That's
just
what we do for a living, right?
You know.
What is it? What's FBI mean in the Philippines?
Oh,
Filipino.
it's NBI. No, it's NBI. You guys are FBI. Ours is NBI.
Yeah, but FBI is a Filipino Investigation Bureau.
Right.
It should be what the FHI or whatever, Filipino Husband Investigatorship.
Mhm.
You know, so Zumba. We were talking about Zumba.
Yeah.
Mercy was telling the Yank, who's very interested in this, about the beautiful Zumba.
Instructor.
No, I'm not interested in that.
He was taking notes.
Yeah, that was David, man. David's like, I better hurry up, talk about this before Lorelai gets home.
You know, telling me to go and make videos.
I ain't shit. Yeah,
Oh,
nice.
Oh, hi.
Daisy was up there
Hey,
earlier.
Mercy, you need to go visit to Japan when your husband is home. For the next
I
week.
wish I was taking this NyQuil, dreaming going out of the country.
Said that's her tripping.
That's it.
Taking the NyQuil so you can.
Take a
Going
trip.
to another places. Having those crazy dreams.
Fubu was already up here once. Come here. All right, come on.
When I get back, if we go out of the country, it would be a kind of a quick trip, maybe. You
Same
know,
thing.
maybe
Nice.
like a Thailand or a
Yeah.
Malaysia or something like that.
That'd be nice. Malaysia.
Would be.
Right. Ah.
Big dog.
That's our life dealing with
You
these
got two of
monsters.
them? It's sad when you got a dog that can run
Yeah.
faster.
Run fast.
All
And
right, I'm gonna go
okay,
eat. I'm gonna go eat.
chicken and rice.
Okay, sounds good.
Say bye. Everybody.
We'll see you next time.
Now be careful because she'll be listening down the hallway.
Yeah, I trust when Mercy is there because he will straighten the guy. She will
Yeah.
straighten the guy.
Mm.
Hi, Mercy. Take care of the boys.
I don't know. I can't promise you that, but
There ain't no boys on this panel. We're all men.
right. Yeah, they're men.
I'll
No.
drink to that.
Right, man.
Hey, I want to give you a treat.
Gary's in the house today. Gary, how are you, my friend?
What's up, Gary?
Somebody
Hey,
say hi,
Gary.
Gary, you're welcome to join us as always.
Gary's
We're
a
having Christmas party coming up in schools.
Ooh.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah. And every parent is required to dance. Yeah, it's a must.
Not
This is
me.
not
I'm glad I'm missing this one.
Well, that's why he's in Hawaii.
Right. I'm glad I'm missing this dance get up.
I can't imagine that.
Oh man.
it's on the 16th. So, yeah, we're getting ready. We're pump up, lots of it's fun. Too bad we don't have Santa Claus here.
It's
What?
because
Here in the Philippines, it's a different culture. Not a lot of not kids, gets lots of presents. So when Bam's doing that, makes a lot of people happy, and one of the what you call that ABS-CBN discover him. You say, oh, this person's because we go town to town, right, Bam?
Yeah.
Yeah, just to give presents because we
What you
started
gonna
October.
dance? What you gonna perform?
What kind of dance are you doing?
What you gonna dance you do?
It's shake body dancer,
Oh my.
shake body dancer in the night.
Oh.
It's in YouTube. I'm always late to join the practice, so I just tell them I'm going to practice at home.
You're practicing at home. So if
Yeah.
you're off beat, you blame it on YouTube video.
Right.
how many people are you talking? Like 3 or 100
What do you
Dancing.
mean?
dancers?
How many? 11 parents in our room. 11 parents will
My
dance.
son's classroom. There's
Different
11.
levels.
Okay.
So you got that times to sixth grade, or
Yeah.
is it, that school goes up to
So
sixth.
6th grade. Yes.
So from kindergarten all the way up to sixth grade,
Yes.
all those kids, all those parents.
Right.
I can't believe I'm going to miss it. Dang,
Yeah.
shucks.
Yeah. So what are you two buying each other for Christmas?
Actually,
Each
her
other.
Christmas gift is on the way. It's
Black Friday, I bought him a present. That's
is
the
it?
Christmas
Oh.
present. That one.
JBL Bluetooth?
Last year I gave him a China made JBL.
So this is what I asked for last year, and she got
Yeah,
me a
last year.
bootleg one where you put the
Yeah.
stickers on
And
yourself.
this small. This small.
Uh,
He doesn't like it, but
it,
now I
it
think I
doesn't
made
sound
him
right. Like, you know, I used it, of course, because my wife gave it, but it just don't sound the same, right? It don't
sound
sound like
right.
yeah, right. So
No, you're better off investing a dollar or two more into the real product.
there you go.
You'll
Right.
last a
That's
lot
good.
longer.
Thanks for the Black Friday then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what I bought. Lorelai's gotten the. She knows everything she's getting because she wrapped it all.
She wrapped it herself to
Yeah.
put it under the tree.
She did buy me a gift that she doesn't know anything about. I wrapped it and stuck it
Stuck
under.
it under there.
Yeah, so that's the only surprise we have. Is she
Right.
doesn't know what she got me.
Right.
And I can't say because she's listening.
I
Right.
think I think Bam have a surprise for me.
Ah,
Maybe. Yeah,
well,
I got some stuff together to send it to her and the kids.
yeah.
Um, you know, and it's on the way. I heard it got shipped out yesterday, so should be 5 to 7 days. She's gonna find out what
Wow.
Christmas looks like this year.
What are you buying? What are you buying your wife, Mister Yank?
I'm not getting her anything.
No
There
man.
you go.
She's getting whatever she's getting. She's over there, so be
See, this is
cheaper.
a manly thing. We're not boys. Only men get.
Uh,
Opened up jars.
I give her a present every month.
All right,
No.
send it to her.
Wow.
You're just gonna send her your love and say,
Yeah,
I'm thinking of you.
Right.
isotoners. Remember those?
Yeah,
And get
everybody
her
used
some
to do
extra
that.
boots from America.
Yeah.
You know.
That was a fancy glove if you got an isotoner.
Yeah, they're nice gloves. We actually have some somewhere.
Yeah. I got them laying around the kitchen counter or something.
So how long does it take to ship stuff from Hawaii to the Philippines?
About the same as
Okay.
that's what I heard. But H2H was going there, so he had room in his luggage. So
Hmm.
therefore he took it there, and he's shipping it from Lausanne down to Mindanao. So
Okay. I was just kind of curious if it was the same 3 month process, you know.
yeah, that's what I heard, but I haven't
What?
shipped a box yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially here in the south, it
You
takes
don't got
3 months,
you
three,
don't got
4 months.
you don't got to declare it or nothing.
The Balabayan, you're supposed to put stuff on there, but
Hmm.
you kind of halfway do that.
Oh, the bill of lading inventory list. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, we need to ship one over, but we just haven't got around to it,
Yeah.
you know. So we just send money.
It's easier. Huh?
Let's
And
work.
we used to send them all the time to Merce's family, to extended family, and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of Mercy turned it into a fun deal where she was a couponer back in America. She learned how to coupon,
Yeah.
That's one of the thing I miss there.
so she did the couponing. CVS's,
Mhm.
Walgreens, that kind of
Yeah.
thing. Got all the crazy. So she would get like hair care products and laundry detergents and just tons of stuff and fill these
You can
boxes
put
up.
it.
Boxes be so heavy, hurt the guy picking it up when he came. Like, oh, you're back, huh?
No, it's a good thing to do. The funny thing is most of that stuff comes from China or the Philippines, and all we're doing is sending it right back.
Right, exactly.
I noticed in Alibaba in the app, if the ship, if the people who order is from America, it's different. They give a standard to it, from China, okay?
Right.
Because in America, they play a big deal of the review from America. But here, if we order from that app, it's not good.
It's not.
Like it didn't even count the review.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always there in America that plays big role because
Right.
you guys are too blunt. Maybe you're
Well,
going
they're
to
trying
say,
to build
"Hey,
up
this
their
is
business here.
yeah,
Well,
right."
we just speak the truth. If your product sucks, it sucks. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, it's
that's why they're very careful. If
yeah.
you guys would, you know, um, it's very cheap in Alibaba app. Yeah,
Well,
it's
here's
same
what.
like Amazon,
There
Well,
are there's certain
but it's
items
way
you can
cheaper.
send out. You can send to the Philippines from here from Amazon.
there's usually an extra charge associated
Yeah,
with it.
but if I get what I want, if I want it that bad and I can afford it, I'll pay for it.
Well, you know what I didn't like here a while back? I ordered something off of Amazon and I
Mhm.
got it and it was used. Made me mad.
You
So
didn't click on new.
I did. And it was used. And so I sent it back and I got a refund. So that wasn't the problem. But I wrote a review about how it was damaged.
Yeah.
Amazon didn't like that. So they won't post my review.
They didn't print your review.
They said it didn't meet community guidelines. And so I
Wow.
did a whole bunch of
Yeah.
research. And basically, if you say anything negative about a product or a company, they won't post it.
I've seen, but I've seen relatively negative reviews though.
Yeah, I guess mine was too negative.
Oh
Like
my
you
god.
one of the suckers.
That's mother effers, that kind of thing.
No, no, I'm just like, look, I ordered this product, it came used and abused. You could tell it was dirty and filthy,
Um,
disgusting. I guess what they didn't like was I said, I would not recommend you ordering from this company again. And
see,
that violates your community guidelines.
I've read that. I've read that. Just matter of fact, I was looking at a review today on a computer that I can have shipped from here, Acer computer, to the
Yeah.
Philippines from here. It's international, it qualifies for whatever. And one of the reviews was the person got wanted new like yours and got used, and they reached out to the company because Amazon's just like a broker because they got all these private companies,
Mhm.
and they never answered the lady's request, as to what happened and why it happened.
Right.
Right.
Hey guys, I have to leave. Somebody called me. I have a date,
Uh-oh.
Have
Hey,
fun.
girls' date.
Oh, yeah, right. Good
uh,
good
That's
answer.
Bye. Thank you guys. Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
we'll talk.
Hey, check out the Riley. I'm watching you.
Oh, Lordy.
Now you're good.
You can't even go to Hawaii without your wife spying on you.
Well, you know, she's probably tapped into the home security here already. Cameras.
You guys got a place in Hawaii and the Philippines?
Oh no, 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 no. I don't ball like that. We have a place in Indiana and we have a place in the Philippines.
You know, Hawaii for medical treatment?
No, no. I'm just here to take care of some business. My
Okay.
my visa was up at the time, and I
You
could
could you
either extend, go out, but I decided, I've been locked up in Philippines for years. Why not go take a vacation? I came over and visited my friend, and
I think it's great.
you
yeah,
could have taken care of that down in Manila too, right?
yeah. I could have took care of it. That's not the issue. It's just it was time. Time was up, and I need to make a decision. So my decision was go take a vacation.
Okay.
It's kind
A nice
of
yeah, you're not hurting too bad up there.
right. I mean, hanging out in Hawaii. I mean, it looks like the Philippines, but it's not so hot. And
Hey, you know what? I don't know if you're old enough to remember, but the original, I was young when it was on too, but Hawaii Five O, and in the beginning of the show, they show these apartments, and and I looked at one a few years ago. It only cost because it's a hotel, an old hotel on the beach. and I think they wanted, it was more of not even it was a one room like a studio
Mhm.
and a little kitchenette thing,
Right.
and they wanted 120,000 back then,
Yeah.
and it was the old hotels on the beach, and I thought, man,
Right.
for that price,
Real estate is crazy here in Hawaii. I used to be a realtor, so that's something that I looked at when I
yeah.
and I've been
But
looking at house prices. You can get a 2 bedroom kind of a rundown shack for about $800,000 here. So,
yeah, what about their property tax? They have
uh,
one?
oh yeah.
That ain't worth it, man. That ain't worth
I mean, rent. The average rent here is in the 4,500 to.
Oh my God.
I had a girlfriend whose sister, her brother-in-law did a tour guide thing for a hotel, and the sister, I forget what she did, but that was in 2009,
Right.
and she was saying that this little, I don't even know what the square footage was. I don't even know if it was 600 or it was real tiny.
Right. Tiny.
They were paying 2,000 or something,
Yeah. Definitely.
something like
That
that.
was back then. I see people renting out like their spare bedrooms for
That
$2,000-$3,000 here. So
if that were the only tropical island, then you can understand that, but it's not.
right,
I'd rather go live in Saipan if I had to go live somewhere.
right.
Like, that you don't need to have I don't think you need to have a passport for the uh,
Saipan.
Marshall Islands.
Mm,
One of the two. There's Marshall and then there's another.
Long. But even the Marshall Islands are a little pricey for.
Well, you know what? Saipan, with the exception of the historical deal with having loaded up the atomic bombs there, the drop in Japan, it's like a tropical uh, desolate island.
right.
They have some hotels there, but there's really nothing.
Yeah,
Oh,
just the people that live there. Make
freaking
it
snowing here, man. Not here, but up.
too
I
warm to
could
stay there.
I could have slapped that weather guy the other day. He goes, "Whoa, the night was cold. It was 50 degrees, but the wind was a northeast wind, and it was cold." And he's like, "Oh, it was a good day to get out." Oh, gee. The
Yeah, I
way-
don't know. I still think, I know a lot of people don't like Florida, but Florida is one of the better places I think to live.
Well, not lately, but yeah, I love. I was in love with it the first time I went there, and the ex-wife's parents lived down there, and our first trip there, we went to Daytona for a while, and then Spring Hill. That's about 50 miles north of Tampa, and it was. I loved it, man. I mean, you know, March. The first trip we went to was February or March. It was hotter than hell, and it had a pool. The father-in-law just put in a pool, and you could just sit there and relax and listen to that water. Mm.
No, I enjoy Florida and South Alabama.
Yeah.
Mississippi, the Gulf Coastline is a great place for the United States. And a lot of people don't realize how affordable the Mississippi Gulf Coast actually is.
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
You can
But it's just
afford to live there.
the educations and all that other stuff is.
Yeah, but if you're retired, who cares? You know.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking of it through. I got a little guy too, so. Yeah, but if you're a grown retiree, Ocean Springs is excellent.
Yeah, I mean, I think of somebody like Gary, who's who's single, who wants to go to the Philippines, but he doesn't want to live up north anymore. You can go live in a 55 plus community in
Yeah,
Florida,
but I
or
think
Alabama, or Texas. Relatively cheap in the United States comparatively. So,
Oklahoma's got cheap real estate, but Gary is. I think Gary's in a financial fix there, so.
yeah, but if he could move, because he mentioned last time we talked that he really didn't want to live up north where it's so cold, and I don't blame them.
Well,
Then go down to Florida and do a 55 plus community, and live, just as well, just as cheap as you would in the Philippines.
yeah, I don't know, but
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can buy a trailer for $20,000 in a 55 plus community, and then pay about $500 a lot fee that covers everything. Pay your utilities and have a nice little existence in Florida. So
I don't know if that's in Gary's up his alley, though.
it may not be, but it's just an example that
Oh,
if you
sure.
retire and you don't want to go overseas to do it,
Well,
still a lot of places in the U.S. that's actually affordable. There's a lot.
for what he's got, if he leaves that house, he may not, and it don't work out for him over there. He may not have another deal. Like he might have nowhere to come back to.
Right. Absolutely.
But he's got a brother in Texas. But anyway,
No, that's all I mean is
you know what? It is hard. It's hard to pull the trigger on something like that for some people.
I know other people that would like to relocate in the out of the country, which may or may not happen for them. But I also know a lot of other people that just want to go south and get out of the winters.
Oh hell yeah! Shit, I got no use for this, man.
And there's still a lot of places you just got to think in the United States outside the box. You got to go, okay, I'm not going to get to live in Dallas, Texas.
No.
I can live in the rural part of Texas fairly cheap and have a decent living.
Yeah. He wants to be near a hospital too,
Hawaii's way too out of the pocket, and even my part of the world,
Guam is too, man. Gee.
Guam, we fell in love with Aruba and Curacao, man. Those are outstanding places.
You know why? You know why they are though? They're like they are because they don't have everybody and their brother living at it. Because if they did that, then it wouldn't be what it is anymore. You wouldn't be thinking of it the same way.
Well, now part of why Aruba and Curacao is so beautiful and such is they're Dutch, and they believe that everything has to remain clean. There is no garbage on the streets. It's a very clean environment. Maybe they do it for tourism, but I believe it's part of their culture. And so when you go there, you feel like, wow, this place is a tropical paradise, and you can really see it everywhere you go. We really enjoyed those countries. But then again, I think going to Iceland and hanging out would be really cool, personally.
Where?
Iceland, Greenland.
Oh, yeah, that's part of Norway.
Yeah, during the summertime, I wouldn't mind visiting, but as soon as it starts getting cold, I gotta go.
Yeah, that's I got enough of that up here in Wisconsin. I'm pretty comparable to the southern part of Norway anyway.
Yeah.
But Iceland, they do have a flight if you ever if I went to Christians, I could take a flight that stops in Iceland, for 8 hours and then goes.
Yeah, I think it's really expensive in those countries. I just think it'd be really pretty to go check out their
but
locations.
Cold is cold, man. It ain't gonna make me feel any better about the cold. I was just thinking about that today, and I'm thinking, these freaking gray skies, it's cold. What do I have to? Why am I here?
Ken's in the house.
Ken?
Oh gosh.
Ken. How are you, Ken? You doing good? Hope work is going well and all that.
Sure.
Well, the cold weather sucks, but then we all bitch about the hot weather.
Not me.
We bitch about the sunny weather. And we bitch about the sunny weather.
I don't care about the sunny or hot, man. I like oppressive heat.
I didn't mind the heat in the Philippines.
I would rather wear shorts in the Philippines than wear 3 layers like I am now, because I must have been adopted because my dad's family's from the northern Italy, and my mother's is Scandinavian, Swedish, Norwegian, little finished touch and all that good stuff. And that's cold weather, and they like fish, which I don't like either of the two.
Maybe you're adopted.
They gotta be, man, because
Well, we talked about that ditch stuff at the beginning there. So
Going off into the ditch. Is that where we're at now?
hey, look what we found.
oh my
I think we
goodness.
might be in the ditch again.
Let's take him home.
You know, but
Oh,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
you know, the one thing here about Hawaii, you know, again, you know, I kind of said it earlier, but the weather is so like,
Why?
it's so like perfect. I mean, it's a perfect. I mean, I hear some of the locals, they'll say, "Oh, it's hot today." I'm thinking, this ain't hot, you know.
California, San Diego's the same way. They pretty much got 70-degree weather all year round.
Yeah, so that's kind of how it is here. I mean, you know, you're getting up in the 80s here, some, and you know, but still, you got this. You know, H2H's house has got this hella breeze coming through that
Yeah.
feels so awesome.
And Bill, you know, that's the key. To be honest, you know, I personally love the hot weather, the heat,
Right.
as long as there's a breeze.
Right.
If it's a breeze at 95, I can handle it. But if it's no breeze at 95, I'm screwed.
My first couple times at Florida, I could literally sit,
Yeah.
you know, on the beach, and if I didn't have to go to the bathroom, I'd be there all day. It's so relaxing to me that I can hear the water. That's about it.
Yeah.
I went parasailing, you know, up near, and you go pretty high near where the small aircraft can fly, and it's just like, it's like everything. It's your own little world. It's so relaxing.
But see, now you know why you find people burying themselves in sand on the beach. Because think about what they're doing when they're buried.
You're getting freaky.
Well, you needed to go to the bathroom, right? And you don't want to leave.
You just go out and watch there.
You know, human feet don't clump up in the sand.
You know, so,
Don't clump up.
and
Like
now,
a gander.
you know,
Yeah. You know, it took me a while to get used to the heat in the Philippines, and something that helped me was learning the trick of drinking coffee every morning. When I brought up my body temperature, it helped me. It helped me being able to adjust. You
I
know,
get it.
Yeah.
I don't know why it works, but
Yeah.
it does.
There
So
was
you gotta raise it.
there were two cool nights once, and one made me feel like I wish I had a blanket, but it wasn't that bad. The other one was a definite blast from the Antarctic, man. It felt cold like here, cold. And aside from that overnight low like that, even the rainy days were easy to take, you know.
Yeah.
Just it puts me in a whole. When I wake up in the morning, it puts me in a whole different frame of mind. I'm happy right away. I don't have to wait till 2 o'clock in the afternoon for it to get to the highest temperature it's going to get to, because it starts out like that. You know, it's just I love it like that. I just do.
As you heard earlier, my wife was at the park at 5:30 this morning to do exercise because it's not as blazing as hot as it's going to be in the afternoon or whatever. So they do their Zumba first thing in the morning, and you know, then they you know, go to their jobs or whatever they may be doing. But yeah, but it's an early morning thing. I used to get up and walk that early, and then
What part are you guys at down there? What island?
we're south of we're the southern part of Mindanao. So
Jinsan?
yeah, near Jinsan. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I'm in Bhutan.
yeah,
It's I like it there.
yeah. We're definitely in the area that the embassy tells you not to go to.
Yeah. You know what? They've had that thing since the first time I went there, and I thought to myself, oh my God, you know, I'm kind of worried. And I got there, and it's like I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Oh, you're in Cotabato near there, man. That's
That-
almost in a lion's
where we
den.
are. That's where we are. So,
Oh boy.
my wife is from Cotabato, so
You don't want to go. You don't want to venture north and northwest of that, do you?
we do. So
Oh yeah.
you know what so what you got to do in the Philippines is you don't tell people stuff, right? So
Yeah.
we never tell people, hey, we're going to come here on this date, we're going to go there on that date. We never let our plans be known. We let them know we're somewhere when we leave there. So they'll find out 2 days later, hey, they were here, they came visit, they were in this area, they were, and we drive around in our heavily tinted vehicle. Nobody sees it. Nobody knows. Uh, we're not flashing cash. My wife gets out and handles business most of the time. She looks really native, as you've seen, and we keep a low profile. We don't advertise, "Hey, come get me," kind of things. And then, two, I believe in eating a lot of cake, so if they are going to take me, it's going to take about 4 or 5 of them to pick me up off the ground and carry me away. So I'm not making it easy for them. So
Yeah, right.
they better bring friends if they're taking me, because I'm not going willingly. You better carry me off.
No.
But that's great travel advice anywhere you go. I mean, we've traveled a lot. Lorelai and I've been blessed enough to travel a lot.
Right.
We don't flash cash. You don't bling yourself out. You don't bring attention. You keep the wallet in the front pocket. Even, years ago, people were getting robbed because they would post on Facebook, "Hey, I'm going to Alabama for the weekend. Yay, me!" And their house would get robbed. So,
Exactly.
you do the social media stuff afterwards. You tell
Exactly.
maybe you're somebody who can look at your house, but you don't hold what you're doing.
Right.
Until you get back and go, yeah, we were gone for 10 years. You
Right.
didn't.
Check it out.
And that's just really good advice for everybody.
Oh yeah.
And that's how we handle business. We don't talk to too many people about money situations
Never
or
talk.
it's we keep a low profile. Like I said, I let people know we're going to an area when we're like her friends when we go into Cotabato City. My wife grew up there, so all her friends are there. When we're in the city, we say, "Hey, we're here." Oh, I didn't know you was coming, or I would have done this, that, and that. You don't have to worry about doing all that stuff. Let's go. Let's
My
go down
wife,
get a meal or something.
my wife liked to when she was here. We would she'd just go to this other Filipino lives in the apartment complex, and we borrowed, I think, a table or whatever. This lady was kind of uppity up, but my wife just, we went over there, and I said, "Didn't they know where we're coming?" She said, "No." I said, "We don't do that here,"
Right.
because they were eating breakfast. I'm like, "No, we just came to drop the table off." But I told my wife, I said, you just don't show up,
Right.
unexpectedly.
Yep. At our house, we actually took off. We had a doorbell, right, for the gate. We actually uninstalled that thing just because we'd have so many people just showing up at random times. Like, hey, I pretend you're not even out there if you don't let me know you're coming ahead.
Right. So I sit right here in my chair here, and if there's somebody at the front door, which is a rarity, I don't get up.
Right.
I'll just sit here all day.
That's one thing that drives Lorelai crazy because she loves technology. Is we have all the camera crap here
Right.
and doorbell crap, and the doorbell will ring. I'll get up and go answer the door. And she's like, "No, wait, we got to look it up on the phone." I'm like, "Hell, it's only 30 steps. I'm just gonna go answer the damn door." Well, what if it's a bad person? Well, if it's a bad person, I'll kick the bad person's ass.
Next thing you know, you won't even have to leave bed.
Right.
But we have no soliciting signs, and that's the one thing that pisses me off. Is if you come to my house and you're knocking on my door, you obviously either can't read or you didn't bother to read the multiple no soliciting sign, and you were no love from me.
I
when
can't
you
spell.
were in my house. You know,
Right.
I mean, I'm really bad about ripping people a new one.
So it says no soliciting except if you're a hooker. That's different.
Then it's their job. You know,
There's that three-way switch again.
that's
Yeah,
it.
there you go.
You
That
brought it back in.
yeah, that's where the thinking came from. See,
You know, here lately, you know, the house that we had ordered, or this house that we've ordered before we went to the Philippines and had built, now the neighborhood's all developed. And so therefore we have the solar panel people coming around. And a guy the other day was like, but I'm not selling anything. I'm sharing information. And I said, I'm getting ready to share you some information. And it's called my foot and my dogs. So I told you repeatedly, no soliciting. I'm
He
not
could-
soliciting, but you're arguing with me and I'm going to beat your ass for it. So
They-
get off my property.
it could have just. I'd say, well, then type me out a letter and stick it in a box.
Right.
I mean, how many times can you just say, go away?
Right.
You know, it just, but that's America, you know. We no. So your no soliciting sign means me? Me too? Yeah, it means you.
I don't identify as a solicitor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good way to put it. Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't identify with.
That was my dad. He did that, not me.
That's funny.
I'm just an information consultant.
Right. I'm just a friendly neighbor. Friendly neighbor.
Well, you know, and that's the difference. If it's your neighbor coming over for something, okay, well, that's a tiny bit different. But you know, in America, neighbors don't bother neighbors.
Right.
In the Philippines, totally different story.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're eating. You know, we would eat inside sometimes because we knew if we ate outside, we'd have to feed the community. So, you know,
Yeah.
we'd have little children outside the fence looking at us. You know, like, you know, I'm like, shit, here.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
but no, we had good neighbors.
That's good.
We had good neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I tell the story. I know I get a lot of about this, but the only person that helped us during the typhoon, after the typhoon, was actually our Muslim neighbor. So,
Right.
only one who volunteered there.
You know what? There's a lot of them where we live there in Buchman. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
But as long as you don't discuss politics and religion, man, you're fine with anybody. You know, I mean, really, a lot of people here think that they're all like this. You know, the bad kind, like in the Middle East, or in Sulu down there, whatever.
Right.
But it's kind of like me. I'm born Roman Catholic, but I don't really practice it. You know, I'm sure a lot of those folks too are okay. They're born into the following, but they don't really follow it. You know.
Right.
But see, Bill, I think you could get away with looking Muslim if you wore more of the right shirt.
Well,
You know, because of the beard, you could kind of get away with looking like an American Muslim or a white.
they in my area, a lot of the Muslims think I'm Muslim, so
There you go.
they'll greet me in their dialect or
Salam,
whatever.
alaikum salam.
Yeah, and you know, it's I can usually tell what religion somebody is what they will say to me. Though, you know, I'll have a Muslim come up and say, "Oh, your beard is like Bin Laden." Now, if I have a Christian come up, they'll say, "Oh, you look like Santa Claus." Like, okay, I can tell your religion by what you call me. You know, it's
If somebody walks up to you and says, "Oh, you look like you like to drink," then you know they're a Baptist.
right.
Yeah, I'm a Muslim Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Oh, Ken was married to a Muslim B'nai for 7 years.
Yeah.
Never an issue.
So as Santa Claus, I took pictures with many Muslims that you know were just happy to see some festival going on, and
Mm.
they were joyful to me. I never had no problems with any Muslims. We have, if you will, we have a Muslim Nina and Nino.
Mhm.
Yeah, like I said, man, you don't discuss the. It's an endless subject, really. Religion, politics. It's like there's no nobody ever wins on that one. You know.
Well, I'm taught.
How do we? I have a nephew that's a priest, but how do we all know that this whole thing ain't just a bunch of BS? You know, we don't know that. You know, and I'm not gonna argue. I get along with anybody.
Yeah,
I taught college and had probably 8 or 9, co-worker friends who were a Muslim faith and a couple that were of Buddhist faith. Loved them all. They were great to work with, And my neighbor who's Muslim in the Philippines has become a very, very dear friend. And I'm trying to convince him and his Filipino wife to come join us in America. However, we need to get them over here. Hopefully, in a couple of years, they'll get to come over on vacation at least.
sure.
But I have great respect, and him and I spent hours talking religion with some of his friends and politics, Filipino, Afghanistan, Pakistan, U.S. politics, Mexico politics, and it was some of the highlights of me living in the Philippines was
Right.
hanging out and having those intellectual dialogues from
Sure.
people from a different world that I had no clue about. I learned more from his group of people that I met in the Philippines than I could probably learn at the college in the last 5 years I worked there.
Right. Yeah. I think it's always good to constantly, learn outside your box.
I
Even
I
even if
was
you don't
I was
agree.
telling I was telling these other people this. My wife, we went to my brother-in-law's or my sister's place in Ohio, and a church festival. And you always say this. You always hear people say, "Well, well, they were looking at us, but it was only a couple people." There were probably 200 people there, and every single one of them was looking right at us.
Sure.
Every one of them ain't shitting you. It's like it was announced, and then we walked into and there we were,
Right.
and the priest. Later on, I found out he's an alcoholic, but my brother-in-law, he's kind of into the church because his son's a priest, and I see them talking over about a church, and I'm a ways away from it. And he came. My brother-in-law came over, and I said, "Well, what was he talking about?" Oh, somebody went in there and told him that some Muslim was here. He said no. He told her that she was a Christian. I said, "What difference does it make? What if she were? Then what?" It
Right.
really angered me because I don't care if he's a priest or not. He's a pussy that he could have introduced himself to me, talked to me, but he didn't. So I have no respect for that guy over there.
Right.
I don't know. I know religion world, and I know this is going way off in the ditch. And
Don't do it.
talk about religion, but I think religion overall is always been crazy. I think it's all no matter what you believe, and I support everybody's beliefs,
Sure.
but I think it's always been the crazy extremists who latch onto one thing and that's it,
Sure.
and they get a closed minded, and therefore, if you don't think the way they think, you got to kill them. So
Yeah.
I mean, and now it's. I'll tell you, in the United States, one thing I don't like where religion has gone in the U.S. is they've become political. They want to tell you who to vote for.
Right.
Want to make sure that even though we're saying it nicely, we're going to hate the gay people. We're going to hate, the transgender people. We're going to do it nicely because we're Christians, but we're going to hate these people. And if we get a chance, we're going to fix them. I just think it's wrong. I think people ought to leave people alone.
Fix it. Fix what? You can't fix goofed up, man. If effed up, you're effed up.
You know, but
Yeah.
that's okay for people to be screwed up, I think. You know,
What I don't like in America is here, like they tell you you have to like somebody because they're this and that. I don't have to like nobody, and I don't like nobody telling me I have to. You
that's
know,
yeah.
this is all. This is people are so. A matter of this comment that was made by what's the name? Troy Aikman was with whatever Joe Buck. You know, and it was during a game, and the term here, you know, like, oh, if the quarterback doesn't have a dress on, you know, you should hit him like a guy would hit a guy, you know, in a football game. And Troy Aikman said, you know, it's about time they take the dresses off these guys. And this woke weirdo says, I can't believe what he just said. He didn't literally mean that. It's a football term saying take the dress off that guy because he's as much of a player or a man as anybody else out here. It isn't that to physically want to take a dress off a woman, you know.
No, but a lot of people also took it the other way. That what he was saying is women were not good enough to play football.
No, that ain't what it was. That ain't even close.
But so people looked at it as being sexist, you know. But anyway, hey Bill, I remember I was going to ask you about this last time. Did you get to go see the Arizona?
Yes. No, I didn't go out to it yet. I've been there, but I haven't went to it yet. We were going to do the going out to it, but we got sick and stuff, so we couldn't go.
Got the COVID, did
Well, I personally didn't, but no, I didn't want to.
you?
I didn't want to take no chances with nothing. So, anyways, we didn't get to go out there, but we planned on it. But we've been to it. I got pictures of it, and you know all that area. You know, if you guys don't know the Hapsters,
Yeah, I know.
she is awesome. She's taken me to places on the bases that few people get to see, and you know it's a pretty neat experience. And that's who we're going to go out to the Arizona with through a military type special tour. So, but that's coming up. It hasn't happened yet. So.
That sounds nice.
Favorite thing you've been doing since you've been there?
I eat.
Eating?
Yes. You know, in there in the Philippines, you know, let's be honest, okay? Philippines got good food, but compared to the stuff that you can get in America, it's worlds apart. I mean, my plate sizes here. I mean, I took the first thing that we on the way home from the airport here in the Philippines or in Hawaii, we swung into a Wendy's drive-through, and I just got a drink, a icy or whatever. And this thing is so big. I held it up next to my face and took a picture of it because it had been so long since I seen a damn large drink. Right? I mean, I couldn't help but just stare at my drink because, you know, the portion sizes that you get in the Philippines. I mean, you know, I'm buying 3 or 4 Cokes when I go to somewhere to eat, or I'm getting a full, you know, a liter or whatever just for myself. And you know, just the proportions of the food and the choices. You know, you can have so many different choices of food here in Hawaii compared to the 2 or 3 different. You know, like I get tacos there in the area that I lived in. Philippine tacos, yeah. But
Tacos in the Philippines?
right.
Man, most disgusting food I've ever eaten in my life is Mexican food in the Philippines, besides their shitty ass pizza in the Philippines.
Right.
Worst food in the world.
A lot of bad pizza there, yeah.
Oh my God.
So I've been enjoying the food. I mean, of course, you know, I'm hanging here with my brother from another H2H. You know, it's always good to get some of that man time where you can talk to your buddy and stuff, and just have men talk, right? So, yeah, but that is the food is. I want to damn near turn my YouTube channel into a food blog while I'm here because look at this, look what I'm eating today.
Well, maybe you should. It's not a bad thing.
Right. Well, I've done a few of them, but I'm trying not to switch it up. But one of the videos I got coming up is one day I took H2H. I dropped him off. He had an appointment somewhere, so I dropped him off, and I just drove over to the beach area. And this particular beach that I went to, they were filming an episode of Magnum PI, the new Magnum PI series.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm on the set of Magnum PI, walking around, and
Oh yeah.
the Ferrari there. They got all the setups, and there's extras running around, all this stuff. So I just kind of film behind the scenes of that. I'm not in Kansas anymore. I'm walking into a set of a popular TV show. So that's pretty cool. What's up, Tim?
Everybody say hi to Tim. Tim's in the house today.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, the most fascinating thing to me was getting back to the States was after being in the Philippines and going through the hell that we went through with the typhoon and everything,
Right.
was the thing that blew my mind was when we landed in Los Angeles.
Right.
We rented a van to drive across country in because we had the dogs. So it's easier to take them in a van versus flying them.
Sure.
But driving, the first 30 minutes of me driving,
Right.
one, I almost forgot how to drive. It took me, it took me, a little bit, and then to realize that I wasn't going to be killed by attacking cars and motorcycles.
Right.
And luckily for us, when we landed in the middle of the night and left LAX when the traffic wasn't bad. So because I was definitely off my driving game after in the Philippines for so long and not driving there.
Right.
It took me a little bit to kind of get my driving legs.
Sure.
That was kind of weird for me.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was here, and I first was driving here and in Hawaii, I mean, I really got to pay attention to what I'm doing. Where I live out there in the Philippines, there's no like cop on a motorcycle, cop in the patrol car. There's cops around, but they're not gonna come get you kind of thing. But here, I have to worry about my speed more, and not saying that they won't pull me over in the Philippines because I've been pulled over.
Yeah.
But not the same. It's not, definitely different.
A lot of times they want to do equipment checks or safety gear or whatever.
Right.
So but for me that was kind of weird, and the first thing I ate in America when we got back was we stopped to get gas, and I got a deli sandwich. Man, to me, I love sandwiches, a good sandwich, and that was just
right.
Like holy shit, I'm in America.
Right. I've been enjoying Subway.
What I did when I got home here, I had like 2 pizzas a week for twice a week for a month.
Right. Good pizza.
But that messed up my cholesterol though.
Oh yeah.
But for me, it was because we were in Cebu City, and so crowded, and I mean for me it was too crowded.
Right.
So to be out on the open interstate where there's nothing,
right,
and I'm doing 80 miles an hour and there's not squat anywhere, it's just like, wow, this is such a trip. Tim hasn't driven a car in 10 years. Wow.
I wouldn't miss it over there either.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it just didn't make any sense for us to drive in the Philippines. It's cheaper just to pay somebody to take us.
Right.
Well, you were going to get a car when you got there, remember?
And I kept looking and studying and trying to figure out what was best to do. And then
you go, well, look at me. I can't get in and out of one of those things. I don't know.
Well, they were little. The cars are little for fat guys like me. I admit that. You know, I'm kind of in
Well,
my.
the trucks are, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Hey, back here now.
but it was just so much cheaper to pay somebody to take us wherever we went. That
Mhm. Yeah.
That's what I suggest to people. Like, I have a house there in Davao. When I'm in Davao, we drive down there from South Cotabato. We drive down there, but I leave my car parked, and then I'll get a Grab, like the Uber or whatever. Come pick me up at home, take me to the mall for under 120 pesos. I don't have to worry about where I parked. I don't have to worry about, the traffic or anything. I let him do all the work, and another 120 pesos to get me back home. Hey, why mess around with a car? If you live in a city like that, you don't need a car unless you're traveling. And then
no, I agree.
my brother, when he goes there, he just rents him a car, and if he's going to go for a long trip, he's going to go for a weekend at the beach, he'll just rent a car and take it out there, and you don't have to worry about
Yeah.
place to park the car.
If I get anything or do anything at all, that's a big if. I have one of my own little trike made from me and my wife and my son, because the road from where for her to catch a ride to get him to school, you don't want to walk through that on that road when it's raining.
Right.
I don't care. I mean, I can get around. Traffic just doesn't seem to be as much as it was the first time I was there. I don't know, but I'm not one to. I don't want to deal with it every day. So sometimes I feel like it, sometimes I don't.
Sure.
And I don't want to be pressured by any of the family. Hey, could you take me here? Could you take me there? Because after hitting my head on about 6 years ago, I wake up sometimes and I just don't have enough focus to do that.
Sure.
I don't want to bother. I don't want to be pressured.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, we looked at a lot of different vehicles over there, and I was just when I did the research and studied them really hard, I found it for dollar. I thought the best buy was one of the redone multi cabs from Japan.
Uh,
For $2,000, 2,500, $3,000, you can get one of these things completely redone in your style.
Multi-cab.
Yeah, if you get a van, if it gets tore up, well, you're not out much money. Plus,
Right.
it can be fixed on an instant. They're made out of metal, so if you
Right.
bump things, versus buying a $20,000 car in the Philippines with $3,000 ways to go.
you can get a bike for a good one for that, a little over $1,200, $1,500, and get the enclosure built for 700, 35,000 pesos.
Mm-hmm.
I have from the driver, so that's less than $3,000.
Well, I got a buddy or a friend of ours who's a security guard. He rides his motorcycle, obviously.
But I don't have a motorcycle license, but a trike technically is 4 wheels.
Because it has a stability wheel. So
I don't know whether that qualifies it as a car, passenger vehicle.
Not over there, though, I don't think.
Yeah, and
You
you
know?
have a tech it'd be okay.
That I honestly don't think I could pass. Well, my one of my sister-in-laws, the brother, the husband has a connection there to DMV, but
They all do.
yeah, well, they would have gave her father would have passed his test. The guy just said, you give me this, I'll forget about the written part. But he couldn't even balance, and when he took the test, he couldn't even balance the scooter. So
I have a connection in the Philippines too.
yeah, he's not
Exactly.
going to be well because I think he dropped out of school and he's in 4th grade or something. So
Right.
he doesn't really know how to read and write.
That's how most people I found out. That's how most of the people get their license there is a fixer.
Hmm.
At least the most of the people that I know, including the Americans that have licenses over there, that they went to a fixer and got one. I
Well,
had several people approach me about getting one,
Mhm.
I
but
I could have one of my brother-in-laws or even my sister-in-law do it or be there with me.
right,
I've never been able to go into a DMV here and take a test with somebody telling me or having them do it right there, right in front of the, you
right,
know. Oh,
yeah,
No, it's crazy. But I looked at because Lorelai won't let me have a motorcycle because I'm gonna kill her for dead. But in the
right,
Philippines, we almost bought one because I almost had her convinced, hey, everybody has one, so why can't I? But
sure,
the one I looked at actually was going to run me about 10,000 USD. So
mm.
the only one that I liked, let me say that. Let me say the one I
right.
liked. But my security guard friend, our good friend, was like, you freaking idiot.
Don't do that. Yeah,
Why would you spend that kind of money on this honking scooter when you need
right,
this $2,000 one?
right, definitely.
But I'm like, oh, but I'm an American. You got to have all the bells and whistles, all the cool shit. You
Right,
know, you got to have all the most biggest horsepower, and
right, right.
so.
Yeah, if you're just zipping around, man, you just don't need very much, And like you said, just get somebody to drive you is cheaper.
Well, because part of what a lot of guys don't know when they go there is you're not going to go more than 30 miles an hour anyway.
Right,
So
right.
you don't need, a big vehicle to.
No,
What I always enjoyed was how many people in the city were driving 4-wheel drive and 4x4s.
right,
In the city,
right,
I'm just like, and the roads are little and they're
right.
very able to get through. So
Mhm.
I always thought that was funny.
Yeah.
You know,
We have a Ford Echo Sport, so it's the little small Ford uh,
yeah,
SUV. So
yeah.
it's big enough for my family. There's four of us, so it's big enough for that. And then it fits into the parking spots, and it's not killing me in gas. It's just a little 4-cylinder engine, and I actually got it with a stick shift. And hey, I'm good to go. It's not too fancy. Like I said, don't be flashy. Don't be flashy where I am. Don't draw that attention. I got a basic.
Well, and that's kind of the other thing is a lot of people don't get the concept that parking.
Yeah,
So that little bitty car,
right. Yeah,
you know, whip in and whip out.
exactly.
Not a bad thing. You
Right.
know, they may ride really rough,
Yeah.
but they're
As long
good.
as you're not going across country, you're not going from one part of the.
Yeah. Well,
uh,
that was part of the killer when we were land hunting. We would spend 6-8 hours in this little bitty car driving all over the Philippines looking for land to buy, and
sure, sure.
just like, oh my god, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. You
Right,
know, I'm like this for 8 hours in a car, and I'm
right,
10 miles.
right. Yeah, it's rough. Yeah. All
But it's
right. Well, I got to get out of here. I got got stuff to do.
fun in Hawaii, man. Take care, be
Yeah, I
safe,
appreciate
enjoy your time over there.
and I'll see you guys next time. I'll be back. I'll be
All right.
watching. I almost made it to your premiere. I was watching the ads and then the premiere ended. Like, dang it.
Go back and watch it.
I would. I would.
I don't remember what it's about. So,
You remember. All right. I'll see you next time. Thank you for having me up.
you bet, man. Have fun.
See everybody in the chat.
What's going on in the world today? It is our question. We what are we doing here? All right. Let me get rid of this down here. So we are chit-chatting about trying to keep it out of the ditch, trying to keep things on topic, which we do horribly. And on Tuesday nights, Mr. Yank does his live streams on Fridays. And of course, check out the Rallies has a really good channel. They do a lot of videos and has a lot of good content for them guys. So Christmas holidays are coming up. We are looking for acts of kindness for the holidays. If you have any suggestions for any of that, you let us know. You can drop you a link, get to know everybody, and see what's going on. I said earlier that it is cold and rainy here in the United States. We are, 7:05, so we're about 25 minutes. Take care, Yank. We'll see you Friday. We're going to be closing out here soon anyway, because it's Tuesday nights. I don't usually stay on the air for too long. But it's cold and rainy. The forecast for the week is cold and rainy, or warm and rainy. It's in the 50s and 60s all week here in Arkansas. So we're looking for, if anybody has any suggestions of kind acts to do for the holidays. Mr. Yang says, dropping your link, depending on what your link is safer than dropping your pants. Now, in a lot of cases, you have to drop your pants and drop your link. Maybe that's something to think about. So Tim is going to be giving food boxes away to people he deals with on a regular basis. I think that's good, especially, if you can identify those people that need it, but also the correct food or ingredients to give people. One thing I've learned over the years is if somebody doesn't have a microwave oven, for instance, you don't want to give them a whole bunch of microwave popcorn. So it's kind of important. If they're living, day to day, you kind of got to figure out the food. And of course, in the Philippines, Tim, rice is life, as they say, and everybody will be appreciative of the rice no matter what. But yeah, that's kind of what I do too. We give a lot of food away. And thinking of food, we are cooking food Saturday night, going to play games. If anybody wants to come over and join us, you are more than welcome to do so. I will be more than happy to destroy you by use of card games. So, but yes, we learned a long time ago when we sent stuff. Oh, what's Tim doing here? The pre-made stuff? So Tim's going to get the pre-made stuff at Hypermart. What do you mean by the pre-made boxes? Are you talking about like the, I remember the plastic tubs that had like the pasta and the biscotti sauce and the condensed milk and the fake cheese all in it? You're talking about like a package like that? Or are they doing like a bigger box that has multiple things and you just pick up the boxes? I know locally here in the States, a lot of our grocery stores has where if you donate $5 or $10 or $15, they give away food bags that's already pre-set up. I don't know what's in them, but they give food bags. So that's good though, because I know how important it is. We're going to do Filipino biscotti Saturday night. That the Filipino biscotti during the holidays is extremely important for everybody to have on their table. It's a part of their celebration. So if that's what you give, and I think that's absolutely fantastic for the folks. They would definitely enjoy that. I am not a fan. I am not a fan of the Filipino biscotti. for me. And then, of course, at Jollibee, when they throw hot dogs in your biscotti, it's definitely off the table. One of the most disgusting things there is. So Tim is going to be, they have the pre-made stuff. Okay. All right. You're talking about like pre-made. Well, that'll make it easy for them. Therefore, if they don't have the ability to refrigerate, which is common, or to store, or, you know, because I know baking's a challenge for sure. When you bake over there, you got to be really creative in the type of pots and pans you use to bake in. And then you can bake outdoors on coals, but you just got to, you know, figure out how to do that. So it's kind of like campfire baking, which is pretty cool to master. Enjoyed that over there, cooking on coals. I know my wife loves cooking on coals so much that here in the States, we have an outdoor grill that I don't use barbecue, you know, like Kingsford. I just use the organic, non-chemically treated charcoal, just like they would do in the Philippines and other countries. So, yeah, the biscotti sauce is way too sweet. My wife graciously cuts it in half, thank God, and mixes half American, half Filipino sauce. So it's pretty common. You can find it all over America now. So it's easy to get to the Asian stores. Yeah, it just, you know, the other thing about the Filipino biscotti sauce is it doesn't have any, and maybe as an American, we're kind of used to a savoriness, maybe a little bit more of an Italian vibe, where that's just sweet tomato. You know, it doesn't taste like it has fennel and basil and oregano in it. So it doesn't have that very traditional Italian punch, is what I think. So when I've cooked with it, even in the Philippines, when I'm there, I add a lot of Italian seasonings in it, and that makes it, to me, more savory and much better. So but it's not my thing. But don't know exactly the recipe, but my wife will make some this weekend. And people seem to really love her recipe, but she mixes it. I know that much. It does some other things to it. And it kind of turns it makes it very Filipino, but the American guys that we all know seem to really go crazy for it. Whatever it is that she does. So we have a whole bunch of pasta that we bought. So we're going to try to use up some of that for game night. But yes, we're used to Italian and spicy. That's right. We want it to be tangy. We want to be able to taste the flavor. In the Filipino sauce, to me, all you taste is sugar. You know, that's, you know, reminds me of kind of a weird ketchup. Oh, don't get me started on the banana ketchup. Oh my goodness, that banana ketchup. Oh, man. Many years ago, a Filipino friend of ours, a friend of mine, was over and brought that over because we had a big party years ago at my house that had a pool, and I knew this long before I got married. And a lot of the Filipinos would come over, and she, you know, introduced me to banana ketchup and gave me a bunch of it. And I went, oh, you know, ketchup. Not ketchup. All right, my friends, it's that time of night for me to get off of here. I've done my diligence. I've done my hard work today. Oh, what does Tim say here? You know, it's just not right. You know, it's almost like a moral issue or something. You know, the chicken and biscotti. I know they do it in the States now at places. It's kind of like, you know, chicken and waffles or something, but that's kind of a sweet and savory thing combination. But I don't get it either. I don't get it. I don't get it. So, but guys, take care. Tim, Ken, we appreciate all of you guys. You guys all stay safe. where you're at. May you all be blessed, and we will see everybody next Tuesday night, same time, same channel. Let us know here if we can do anything for you guys. Take care, guys.